Shalom, shalom. I'd like to start off this video by giving all honor, praises, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachai Kodash. Double honors to my teachers, the elders, apostles, and elder bishop of Great Millstone, teaching 100% truth in the gospel. Salutation to the hopeful elect, peace and blessing to those that keep the law, statutes, and commandments. So let's get into it. Lord willing, this will be an edifying lesson. So I'll start off with Joshua 1 and 8. And it says, "This book of law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success." So how in the world are we supposed to have good success? By observing and keeping the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Okay? We're supposed to meditate day and night so we can properly execute them in our everyday lives. Okay? To execute wisdom, to execute judgment in the world according to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, according to His will. Okay? Because and the thing is, you have to meditate. You have to read. You have to exercise yourself. You have to stay in this realm of understanding. You have to stay in this realm. You have to be in the spirit. That's what it means to walk in the spirit. You know, always meditating on the way of Yahweh B'Ashem Yahweh Shai. In the world they say, what would Jesus do? But really what you're thinking is, what would Yahweh Shai do in this truth? You would say, what would Yahweh Shai do if he was in my place? And again, Yahweh Shai is the perfect example of a man. He's a perfect example of an upright man, walking in the fear of Yahweh B'Ashem Yahweh Shai and keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. So every situation that you're in, you should ask yourself, what would Yahweh Shai do? Okay? And that is how you will obtain good success. Maybe not in the world, but in the eyes of Yahweh B'Ashem Yahweh Shai. Because ultimately this world is adverse to the ways of the Lord. Okay? And that is why, another reason why it says here in Joshua 1 and 9, the next verse, have I not commanded thee, be strong and of good courage. You have to be strong mentally, and you have to be courageous. Because to keep the law, statutes, and commandments in this society is to go against this society, ultimately. Because because the world at this point in time, is given unto the hands of the wicked. So as the ruler of the city is, so are the people. So everyone is walking under a satanic vibration. Okay? They love wickedness. Most people that are not, all the people that are not in the truth, let's say this, everyone that is not in this truth is walking in darkness, right? In gross darkness, right? And that is why you have to be strong mentally, and you have to strong mentally, physically, and strong spiritually, and you have to be of good courage, because now you have to fight not only yourself, but you have to fight these demons, right? That's what it means. That's what it means when it says to put on the whole armor of Yahweh B'Ashem Yahweh Shai. Because it says here in Ephesians 6 and 11, put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. And the wiles of the devil starts even as soon as you wake up. You know? As soon as you wake up to the moment you get back to sleep. Huh? And even when in your sleep, you cannot escape it. The devil might, the Lord, whatever, the Lord or Satan might send evil spirits on you, man, even when you're sleeping, man, so you're not safe. That's why you need the whole armor. That's why before going to bed you should read. That's why when you wake up you should read, throw up prayers. You know, you have to be in that spiritual mindset to the best of your ability, man. You know that we're in the flesh, you can't do it 24/7, but to the best of your ability, do it more than walk in the spirit, more than walking in the flesh, you know, throughout the day. You know, and that's something that me, myself, and we should all put it into exercise. We should all exercise ourselves to walk in the spirit rather than in the flesh during our day-to-day lives. All right? So like, yeah, I'm in the spirit. I got a lot to say, and bear with me, Israel. So it says here in Ephesians 6 and 12, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to withstand the evil day, and having done all to stand. So again, this is our going against the grain, going against the society, walking after the ways of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. This is what you're facing: principalities, powers, you know, rulers of darkness of this world, spiritual wickedness in high places. This is ultimately your opponent. And when these people are out there bugging out, you're actually fighting a demon. You're actually not fighting the person. This is the person at that time is being a vessel unto Satan to mess with you, man, to take you off your course. All right, but that is why you have to be strong and courageous. Okay. So I'll read that again. Joshua 1:9. Have I not commended thee? So the Lord commanded us to be strong. Okay, to be strong and of good courage. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed. For the Lord thy power is with thee whatsoever thou goest. The Lord is with us. We shouldn't be afraid. The Lord did not give us a spirit of fear. Okay? The Lord gave us a spirit of knowledge and understanding. Okay? The only thing that we should fear is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua himself. Nothing else, man. Because at the end of the day, regardless of what happens, our soul is in his hand. Okay? So it says here in Sirach 2:1, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Okay? And as I was speaking about this society, every time from the moment you wake up, like I said, to the moment you go back to sleep, this place is full of snares and nets, man. You can go outside, you can go work out, and you see a bunch of madness. You go work out, there's madness. You go to work, there's madness. The only time that you actually have peace is when you're delving in the scriptures, when you're in tune, doing the lesson, when you're actually focusing on the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. That's the only time that you actually have peace on this side, man. Okay, because everything else comes with trouble, man. You see? So it says here in Job 10:20, are not my days few? Cease then and let me alone, that I may take comfort a little. Before I go whence, I shall not return, even to the land of darkness and of the shadows of death, which is Babylon the Great. Okay, this ultimately you can spiritually you can even say the whole world. As I said, the earth was given unto the hands of the wicked. So you cannot escape the wickedness, man. Esau Edom has stamped his wickedness all over the world, man. You see, it's a land of darkness as darkness itself, and of the shadows of death, without any order. What is the order? The law, statutes, and commandments. Like I said, this place is against the ways of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. So you keeping them makes you an adversary to the society. People actually look at you like you're bugging out, when they're the ones that are off. They're the ones bugging out, man. You see? So without any order, and where light is as darkness. So people, when they committed wickedness, as it says, that they hate the light because their deeds are evil. So when these people, they're so bugged out in their head, when they commit wickedness, they actually think that they're doing the right thing. And as I said before, as the leader of the city is, so are the people. And we know that Esau Edom cannot go to sleep. His sleep he's deprived of his sleep, lest he cause one to fall. So these people are actually the same way. Your women, your sisters, your brothers, if they're not in the truth, they're actually just as Esau Edom. The whole purpose is to cast you down from your excellence. To take you away from this truth, man. You see? Because ultimately, your family, I'll speak for myself personally. When I found out this truth, who did I go to first? I went to go tell that to my family, and now they look at me like I was crazy. You see? They put me down. Oh no, Some of them telling me that they liked me better when I was smoking weed. This and that. Come on, man. This place is true, man. You see? Some of them friends in the world don't even want to hang out with you anymore because, because now you're following after Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. You changed your ways, and they do not want to change their ways, and that's why they separate themselves from you. They rather stay in the darkness because their deeds are evil. They do not want to be reproved. And again, what? They hate him that reproved at the gate. So you become like a walking reprover unto them. Okay? You being in the truth and walking with people in the world, you become you're a light that shines in their darkness, and you're bothering them. Right? You're a constant reminder that they're walking in according to the will of Satan. You're a constant reminder that they're going off, and that is why they want to separate themselves from you. Okay, so do not find it weird that these people want to separate themselves from your company, but rather rejoice because your reward is greater in heaven, as it says in the scriptures, roughly paraphrasing. Okay, but again, this society is wicked. The people in this society are wicked, and those that do not walk after the ways of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, according to this truth, according to the laws and testimony, they are wicked as well, regardless if it's friend, family, or foe. Okay. That is why it takes courage. It takes for you to be strong to walk in this society, to walk on this earth right now, man, at this moment, as servants of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Okay. So back to Matthew. It says here in Matthew 26 and 41, watch and pray. This is important. Well, you have to be circumspect, knowing the times, man, knowing that the days are evil, man. We're almost at the days of Jacob's trouble. We're almost at the time of great tribulation, such as never been since the time that humanity was on the earth. Roughly paraphrasing. A time of great distress. Okay, so we have to watch and pray. We have to know what's going on, man. Okay, so watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. Okay. A wise man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself. Okay, but the foolish walk in and they get caught in the snare. Salakia, let me find this so I don't butcher it. What did I just say? Snare. Bear with me, Israel. Foreseeth the evil. Here we go. It says here in Proverbs 22 and 3, a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. Okay, and that's exactly what's going to happen to those that do not watch and pray. They're going to fall into temptation. Those that are walking in the flesh, they're gonna be punished for not believing in the report that the men of the Lord are pushing forth, man. That the destruction of Babylon the Great, famine, death, and pestilence, as it says in Jeremiah 28 and 8. We're pushing the same message that the prophets of old have been pushing since the beginning of times. Okay, that wickedness will not prevail, man, and the Lord is going to destroy this place, man. You see, as Sodom and Gomorrah was an example for those that would later on live ungodly, and what happened unto Sodom and Gomorrah? Fire and brimstone rained from heaven to burn it, man. So and how Sodom and Gomorrah is a memorial, Babylon the Great is going to be a memorial in the latter time, because it's going to be a desert. So whenever people are going to see Babylon the Great, they're going to acknowledge that, this is what happens. Babylon's going to be a memorial for those who see it, to understand what happens unto the wicked who forsake the ways of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Okay? So I'll read that again, Matthew 26 and 41. Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. So how much more in this time right now? How much more now? You see? And that is why we have to be strong and we have to be courageous. Salaki. Galatians 5 and 16. This I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. For the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary the one to another, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would. Okay? So again, so like I was saying, the fight before it's external, it's internal before, man. The fight starts within yourself first. Okay? Because your flesh is constantly against your spirit. And your spirit wants to do right, but your flesh, especially in this wicked society, your flesh wants to do wrong. Okay? So your first enemy is yourself at the end of the day, man. Your first enemy is yourself, and then you're fighting the demons that these other people have, man. So it says here in Sirach 2:2, set thy heart aright and constantly endure. You have to be strong and you have to be courageous to constantly endure. And make not haste in time of trouble. Cleave unto him, unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. And what is thy last end? Obtaining your seat in the kingdom, obtaining the promise that was promised unto Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay, being partakers of that promise, of that kingdom, of the kingdom of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and not be partakers of the sins of Babylon the Great. Okay, so it says here, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. So whatever happens, you take, just keep the faith. Just know that the Lord made it happen, and the Lord has something greater for you. Everything is a test. So if you see it as a test, just endure, endure and pray that the Lord gives you the strength to endure, to overcome the situation that you're in, because you know that the Lord gives you a way out of the temptation that you may overcome. You see, it says here, for gold is tried in the fire, an acceptable man in the furnace of adversity. Believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in him. Okay? So it says here in Hebrews 12:2, for Yahushua is like I said, Yahushua is the greatest example of someone who endured and was strong and courageous in the fact that he actually accomplished the course. He finished the course and he was rewarded. It says here in Hebrews 12:2, looking unto Yahushua, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of the Most High. For consider him that endured such contradictions of sinners against himself, lest he be weary and faint in your mind, lest you become weak in the spirit. Okay? Remember that whatever Yahushua went through, you're not even going through half of it, man. You're not even going through 10% of what Yahushua is going through, man. So gird yourself like a man. Be men in this truth, man. The Lord's not asking for pussies, man. So excuse my language, man. But gird yourself like men, alright? Find your balls, and stand up for the truth, man. Strive for the truth even unto death, and the Lord will fight for you, man. As it is written. Okay? Not according to my thought, as it is written. Okay? It says here in Matthew 26:37, and he took with him Peter and the two sons of Zebedee, and began to be sorrowful and very heavy. Okay, he was sorrowful and he was heavy because he knew the things that he had to go through to obtain his crown, to obtain his blessing, man. You see, the Lord knew what he had to go through, and that's why he was in the flesh. It's okay to be afraid. It's okay to it's okay to be afraid. It's okay to not doubt, but it's okay to have fear. Okay. But at the end of the day, you have to know that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua are with you. Okay? Then said he unto them, my soul is exceedingly sorrowful, even unto death. Tarry ye here and watch with me. And when he was a little further, and fell on his face and prayed, saying, O my Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not as I will, but as thy wilt. Okay? And what happened? Yahushua went through it. The Lord didn't answer him, so he understood that he had to go through it. And what did he do? He didn't buck up. He didn't run away from his duty. He did it not only for himself, but he did it for us, so that we may be reattached unto the Father, so that we may obtain, so that we may be redeemed from our past wickedness. So through his sacrifices, we are now accepted unto the Lord. If we endure unto the end, as Yahushua did. Okay. So now therefore it says here in 2 Ezra 14:13, now therefore set thine house in order, and reprove thy people, comfort such as them that be in trouble, and renounce corruption. This flesh, renounce the world, walk after the Spirit. Let go from the mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of men. Put off now the weak nature, okay, and gird thyself like a man. As the Lord said unto Job, gird thy loins like a man. Be a man, alright? Stop with all that soft shit, man. Be a man. As it says here, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste to flee from these times. For yet greater evil evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. So the things that are about to happen, that we've seen so far, is nothing compared to the hell that is about to happen, man. The hell that is approaching, because this kingdom has to go out in a bang before the kingdom of heaven be established. Salakia. And it tells us that the devil is going to come down with great wrath. He's going to come down killing. He's going to come down with his sword. The sword is furbished, so we then make mirth. That's why it tells us to gird ourselves like men. All these people that you see that are in darkness, they're going to get hit. When they say peace and safety, there's sudden destruction coming upon them. These people are not ready. They're going to bug out. They're going to turn once against each other. They're going to kill one another. You see? But us, those that are in this truth, us that are a part of the body of Hamashiach, the wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of our times. We're going to be straight, and you have to know this. All you have to do is keep the faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Be strong and be courageous in the times to come, man. This is what's going to separate us from the people that are in the world. Alright? So that being said, Lord willing, this was edifying, man. Gird thyself up like men. Right? Shalom, shalom. I like to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Rachak Wadash. Double honors to my teachers, the elders, apostles, and bishop of Great Millstone, teaching and ruling well. Salutation to the hopeful elect of the house of Israel, those who are keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of their ability. Alright? So that being said, I hope this lesson was edifying. Shalom, shalom. DTA, Abba, Kwam Yashala. Until next lesson, shalom.